Listen, all I've done so far this morning is done a light workout and had my morning coffee, so this is the fit. Anyway, the vet just called me and went over what we're gonna do today because the vet's gonna come out. He's going to vaccinate all of my ladies to make sure that they're good. Nice little updated health check. Oswald is going to get cut. The vet kind of roasted me because like he knows how I am, but he still tries to, he still has the mindset of like normal production type of cattle farms because he's like, that's a little older to cut males. Usually I would recommend just selling them, and I'm like, that's my boy Oswald. Ain't no way in hell, just cut him. He's like, I'm more than happy to do it though. And I'm like, you better. But then we're also going to palpate, which if you don't know what palpation is, let me briefly explain. Palpation is like pregnancy checking for cattle. You don't have cows pee on a stick, and I think they can use ultrasound machines for cattle, but it's very big setup, as you can imagine. So the quickest, most effective way to do it, since we're going to be doing, you know, all of my cattle today, is to take one of those big gloves that they wear and you put it on and you put some lube and you go in through the butt. And you may be like, oh my God, that's disgusting. It's okay. Cows have big butts. It's not gonna hurt them. It doesn't hurt them at all. It's just kind of a little discomfort. And basically why you go through there is because you are able to access to be able to feel the fetus, and you're able to feel that area, but from a very sterile way. If you thought about it, if you went in through the actual vagina, you would be bringing all that contaminants into such a sterile and very delicate environment. So I've done it before. I've palpated. Basically, it's a little more difficult for me because of my arm length, and I'm not a vet, so like I can go in and be like, yep, that feels like a baby in there, and then I could just kind of have left. But a vet can actually feel different parts and like gauge. I think they can even tell by like how the actual like sac feels and stuff, like how far along the cow is. And it's not going to be like the vet's going to go in there and be like, yes, February 17th, that's when she's going to calve. They're going to give me like a, this cow's about 6 months. So it'll give us a better gauge of when everyone's going to calve, but not exactly. So we're going to set up for that. I'm going to get ready to do that, and then we'll get the cows in the corral, and then we'll do the vet, and then I will give you an update afterwards of kind of like who's pregnant, who's not, all that jazz. So let's get into it.
Ladies, I'm gonna give you feed because a very nice man is gonna put his hands up your pooper, okay? Rocco looked at me immediately. Not you, sweetheart. You're just gonna get a couple stabbies. Because I gotta make sure that y'all are healthy. Joe knows when she sees me. She's like, oh, that bitch has feed. Yes, we are gonna be getting feed. We are gonna be getting feed, ladies and gents, all right? It's gonna happen. Oswald, you might be getting it worst of all, bud, because you're losing your nuts. So, sorry about that, homie, but it is what
okay, so another big important part is keeping records. So I have my little notebook here, and so I will have this. So when they come through the head chute, I will be able to know who is pregnant, how far along, and then I can actually keep track of it that way. You know, it's not just all lost as soon as the vet leaves.
I'll show you the setup. This is a classic head chute. Basically, it is just where we'll be able to administer the medicines, and the vet can stand behind and palpate. This is the nice little corral. So what we will do is we'll open that gate, we'll feed the girls, and then they'll go in there, and then we'll push them one by one through the chute, and then the girls will be able to go back out to the pen, and then Rocco, Oswald, Benny, probably Joe and the babies too, just to keep them separate, will be going in the barn, and then they're gonna go over across the field. That way they can be away, because I don't want Rocco breeding anymore. They, all I've done is just walk out here, and literally all of them are like, we know you're up to something. You gonna feed us or what? I don't know if I'll film much of this next part. Honestly, the next time you'll see me is probably when we're all done, and I will give you an update of who's pregnant and how far along, just because of two reasons. One, this is a fast-paced thing that we're doing, getting them in here, getting them in the corral, and then moving them after the vet's here to get them through. And also, just cost-efficient wise, I'm just gonna be completely open with you. The vet charges every 15 minutes. It's very expensive. We're probably gonna spend a couple grand today. So my dad does not want me to stop every few minutes and be like, okay, so here's what we've done. Like, dad's gonna be like, get your ass back there. Because having cows is not cheap, especially cows who are pets, but it's okay. We love them just the same, so it's fine. But ladies, get ready, because we're gonna find out who's pregnant and how far along you are, so that y'all and myself, I am the most important one to know here because I do need to know when to expect babies, but we'll get to know who all is pregnant and when to start expecting some cute little Rocco babies. So let's get into it. Okay, the vet is loading up and leaving. I will give the full tour, but I'm gonna eat and change first because I was shat on
So shout out Jolene, thank you for shitting on me. Actually waiting for my chicken tendies to go into the oven and cook them because I have the diet of a 5-year-old. So I figured we could just go ahead and go over this. So everybody was vaccinated today, regardless of if they were male, female, anything, and we vaccinated against blackleg, pink eye, shipping fever, and then leptospirosis, which is just a bacteria that can cause a lot of different like pneumonias and stuff like that. So that's what all we vaccinate. And then I also used a delouser, because if you're a cattle person or livestock person in general, you'll know that about every spring you probably have to deal, like early spring, you probably have to deal with lice. It's awful, it's annoying. So we wanted to try to get ahead of it, and my vet has this new product. I'll show you in case you're curious. It is called Clean Up 2, and he wanted to try it with us. It's kind of a newer product, and basically not only does it kill all the lice, but it also has a birth control for any lice that somehow make it around, so at least they're sterile and you don't have them repopulating. So we'll test it out, see what happens. But yes, everybody was treated and vaccinated as such. Okay, so as far as pregnancies go, if you hear panting, it's my dog. He has Cushing's, I can't help it. So, starting off the gate with Rocco, obviously he was not pregnant. Salem, my girl, was open, so that means she's not gonna have a baby, no big deal. Athena was pregnant, she might have another little mini her. She's about 4 or 5 months, the vet said. Benny, shocker, not pregnant. LaFonda was pretty close. He said anywhere from 6 to 8, so we could expect a LaFonda baby very soon. Bo Peep is about 3 to 4 months. Now, she is a first calf heifer, so we'll be watching her closely. Blue is also getting close. She's about 6 to 7 months, and we could be expecting like LaFonda and Blue babies and Reba as soon as February. Reba was 6 to 8 months along. Phoebe was about 4 to 5, so she might be more of a March or April. Leona. So you guys know that I had a suspicion that Leona might be a downer cow just because of the way she acted, the way that she was open, but we did a test. We checked her out today, and she is completely healthy. She just wasn't ready to have a calf, I guess, yet, but she is in fact pregnant this year with a healthy baby that is 2 months old, about, so give or take. Loretta, obviously, just vaccinated. She's too small. Indigo was open, which is totally fine. She would have been a first calf heifer, and I'm down with waiting on her. Snow, I'm so sorry guys, but Snow was open. So we will not see a Snow and Rocco baby yet. I know, I was just as heartbroken, but maybe homegirl wants a break. I don't know. Conway, shocker, nothing. Stella shouldn't have been pregnant, and she wasn't. Jolene's questionable because she's been with Rocco, so there's a good chance, but she's probably just too early because it's only been about 2 months. Oswald, not pregnant, but he was in fact cut. He is no longer a bull, he is now a steer. Scarlet is another first calf heifer. She's about 4 to 5 months along. Sapphire was open as she should be. Her and Stella were too young. Ginger is 5 to 7 months along, so that's good. Eleanor was about 4 to 6. Maybelline was about 4 to 5. Miss Frizzle was open, and Doobie were open, which is totally chill. They just won't have babies. Marbles was also open, but Rocco was just mounting her, so she might be pregnant, but literally like 2 days. And then Izzy's definitely pregnant, but it's questionable because we could not see it. So when we were getting ready to get everybody in the corral, we like to keep it very low stress, so we use a lot of feed with our ladies since they are all pets. And for some reason, Red said, I ain't going. And so instead of having the chance of losing everybody to try to get Red in, we just said, you know what, that's fine. We will vaccinate her on our own terms. It's no big deal. The vet left some for her, and she is a cow that I don't worry about when it comes to calving. I will just keep a close eye on her. You know, she didn't want to go, and I wasn't going to force her. So we will get her vaccinated and get some lice treatment on her, but she did not get in this. So if you're ever wondering if you thought I forgot a gal, I didn't. She said, what that? And I was like, you know what? I can't even get mad at you. You know, you're one of my oldest gals. You've been a great cow to me. I'll vaccinate you on your own terms. So, oh well. Okay, so as you guys may or may not know, on my TikTok, I made some predictions of who I thought would be pregnant and how far along. Some of them I was god wrong, and then other ones I was like kind of close. Fun little fact, this is not a Yeezy shirt. This is just worn out. So if you see some tasteful titty, mind your business. So like I said, we're gonna go through my predictions and see how far off I was. So Snow, I said that I thought she was pregnant like 3 to 4 months, and obviously that is false because she is not. She is not pregnant, unfortunately. Ginger, I said that she was like 4 months, and she's like 5 to 7, so that isn't too far off for me. Doobie, I was pretty right because I said if she was pregnant, it was very early on, and it seems like she's open. There's still a slight chance. He has, so you go in and palpate and you feel the calf, which, you know, I have a video that I'll show here in a second, but with palpation, you go in and you check, but if it seems really, really young, like the calf seems small, what they'll do is they have an ultrasound machine, which is like the little wand, but they actually put it against the uterine wall through the anal wall so that they can see. Reba, I said that I thought she was pregnant but not far along. LOL, she's literally 6 to 8 months. I said Athena was about 4 to 5, so I was right on Athena. And I said Phoebe, I think I said in the video that I thought 5 months, and she's 4 to 5, so I'm not far off there. Izzy, we're not sure. I said that I thought she was pretty far along. She very well could be farther along. The vet basically, Izzy's a very large girl, so her uterus is really far down there, so he couldn't actually see on the thing or feel the calf, but he's pretty confident she's pregnant. We just don't know how far along. But yes, I do have a lot of girls that are open this year, but that's totally fine. Rocco, it was his first year, so I'm not gonna get mad at him. He might have been nervous. My ladies could be intimidating. Such exciting news about Leona being normal. Like, I was nervous, as you guys know, I've talked about it on TikTok, just with the little, like just the slight bit of her face. I was just like, is this a downer calf? Like, I don't know. I want to make sure she's okay. I mean, she's allowed to live her happy, healthy life, but you know, I want to check it out. So I finally had the vet really look at her when he palpated her, and he was like, no, she's fine. Everything feels good. She should have a calf, no problem. And it doesn't seem like she's got anything genetically. So that'll be good. Obviously, we're going to keep a close look when she does calve. We will bring all the first calf heifers in. So like Leona, was Maybelline pregnant? Yeah. Maybelline, Scarlett, Bo Peep, and Leona will all be in the barn when they get close to calving. And also we're gonna bring in Blue, just because she's had that leg injury before. It would be nice to make sure that she's gonna be good to go and make sure there's no complications and make sure she doesn't have to, you know, really get around a lot. That fly's a paid actor. That's a big son bitch. Get out of here, bro. That was today. It was very eventful. Everybody was very well behaved. I'm gonna insert a clip here real quick just so you can kind of get a gist of like how calm. The palpation process sounds really alarming to someone who's not been around cattle or around that process, because you are going in their butt, but it really doesn't hurt them. It's, you know, a little discomfort, but that's why the vet wears lube. And so here is Miss Frizzle while she was getting checked out, and you can see that she's very calm. Her ears and eyes are very calm. It wasn't a very invasive thing for her at all. So just wanted to add that. I didn't film a lot, obviously, while we were working with the cows because it was fast paced getting it done, but I wanted you to see that at least. So there at the end, you'll be able to see that. All my ladies are healthy, happy, and it looks like we should have about 12 babies starting in February. So I'm very excited. I love babies and I love calving season. I would say that Blue, LaFonda, and Ginger are probably gonna be my first ladies to calve, and then we'll see what happens after that. But I'm very excited. I'm happy to be having babies soon. We'll really start watching about end of January, and I'd say mid-January is when we'll probably bring Blue in just to make sure she has a healthy, happy baby and she doesn't have to work too hard. But that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a like. That way I know what kind of content you guys are into. Please subscribe if you want to hang around for some more content, and you can check out my other socials down below, including my merchandise. So other than that, I'm gonna go. You're gonna see the clip real quick with Miss Frizzle, and I mean, she had 2 foot of arm inside her and she was just big chillin'. It's really not invasive and they're very chill.